We got to give it up to CONEY, people. We got to give it up to CONEY. He didn't have enough of getting quote tweeted by 14-year-old kids from the Philippines every time he talks about Sonic. He said, let's go back to the well for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie trailer. He said, can someone explain to me why Knuckles looks like his wrist is in pain when it just gets rotated 90 degrees in the direction that wrists are supposed to rotate? Looked at the tweet this morning, saw that shit had 180,000 likes. That is going thermonuclear on Twitter. 200K likes is like, I don't even know, like a 400K like tweet is like, am I the only person who loves drinking water? And then, you know, society's best and brightest are like, oh my God, that's me. I'm the only person I know who drinks water. 200K likes that's up there, man. This is Apple's best feature. True. What was the incident at your school? What scene from a movie with a song in it made you pog up? It really does, like, not get old. Seeing people, I don't want my NL to get old. Seeing people quote tweet CONEY's tweet and like write an essay about it and then get one like, and then CONEY replies like, who are you writing this for? And then they delete the tweet. Oh man. He's undefeated, man. Better him than me, but I'm on his side, like cheering him on from the shadows. And if anybody asks, I'd be like, no, CONEY, you shouldn't do that. CONEY, that's punching down. CONEY, Sonic is their comfort character. You can't do that. But from the shadows, I'm like, fucking get him. Rah! Why? Because it's funny, man. It's just humorous. When people make fun of Tenet, I'm like, it's dumb. They're like, oh, so you agree that it's bad? No. You took it a step too far. It's not bad. It's dumb. It's dumb. There's a difference, okay? Sorry, I've become a bit of a hydroid myself. We had another elite Peloton ride, thanks to Peloton user Oven Heat. I really thought that I was going to get on today and do like a all zone 2 ride. Then the legs felt pretty good, so I pushed it a little bit. And then it was like, we had a few egg carton riders, and I was like, I think maybe I could take first today. And then I pushed it to, 200 watts. Oven Heat pushed it to 200 watts. I pushed it to 220. He pushed it to 220. I pushed it to 240. He pushed it to 240. Now, he got on the ride like 2 minutes before me. He finished the ride 1,136 kilojoules. I got to 1,136 kilojoules. There were like 6 seconds left in the ride. I hit the brake. I went, psst, out of respect. But it was a Hunger Games 1 type situation. We crossed the finish line together, 11:36, 11:36. The alternative was I would have won by 1, but that's fucking disrespectful in and of itself, man. To be like, gotcha by 0.1%. Why don't you try harder next time? Instead, I said, game recognizes game. 11:36 hand in hand. But it took some of the brain glycogen. It took some of the glycogen I normally use to talk. Wattage. Librarian, can I get a check? I'm going to say I think it was 210 or 211. It's pretty good, though. Does every Peloton rider have these weird ethics? No, like 99% of riders that even hop on to 90-minute rides just ride for like 17 minutes and then zero out for the rest of the ride for whatever reason. Doesn't really make sense to me, but it's their time. No, dude, I did 90 minutes on the Peloton today. 30 minutes at 120 watts and 60 minutes at 0 watts. That still counts. I was being mindful. I did 400 minutes, try harder. Okay, Larissa, I see you. No, Eric, we're going to do another take. This time you say boom or doom. Climb rides versus high-intensity interval training. Hey, welcome back to Boom or Doom. Hidden Hills versus high-intensity interval training. God. Chibli, you just linked a tweet from Baby Gronk 5. Let's take a look at this, okay? Let's see. Baby Gronk has a message to Big Justice and the Rizzler. Baby Gronk, I mean, I know he's like 13. Chibli, I'm being real with you. Is he going to say something like, that is going to get me a 24-hour ban? Or is this good? He kind of just calls him fat?
Big Justice and the Rizzler. Your dads just want fame and attention. Your dads are feeding you bad food just to get famous. At least my dad trains me and feeds me healthy. You're this close to getting diabetes.
What the fuck, Baby Gronk? You're not a doctor, man. Baby Gronk, what are you doing? That's rude as fuck, man.
We all need to live. We all need to eat healthy to stay alive.
Why is he talking like that? Is that like a Gen Alpha cadence I haven't encountered in the wild yet? Big Justice and Rizzler. Your dads are just feeding you bad food to get famous. I love it. Even if his dad wrote it, I love how his dad says, at least my dad feeds me healthy and trains me. It's like his dad is even writing like, my dad might be a fucking piece of shit, but at least he cares about my physical well-being.
You're this close to getting diabetes.
That is not, you should not be saying that, Baby Gronk. That's too far, man. It's disgusting. It's just, there's no need for that rudeness, man. Oh, man. What was that? That's, We Bring the Boom. Chibley, did you see the reply that was, Baby Gronk saying this is like that picture of O.J. Simpson that says, I won't go to L.A. because I might run into the real killer. Oh, man. What the... Now that O.J.'s dead, we gotta not hand it to him, but we gotta admit he had some funny lines for a murderer. For a guy who probably like 98% did that shit. I wasn't there. I was like 6 years old or whatever, but... yeah, he died. That's an all-time quote, though, man. I won't go to L.A. because I might run into the real killer. Oh, man. Yeah, it's crazy thinking back, man. I mean, like, I was, like, watching a little TV during the O.J. Simpson trial. My mom was glued to the TV during the O.J. Simpson trial, for sure. It was an insane cultural zeitgeist. But then, like, 2 years after the trial, he did that interview with the reporter where he pretended to stab her.
After we finished filming, O.J. said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke, and this is it.
He was like, "Gah!" Just kidding. Y'all take care now. And you're like, I would think, like, if I didn't murder my wife, but, like, she got murdered, that would probably like traumatize me, and I probably wouldn't be making jokes. I don't know. Maybe it changes you in a way that I can't predict. But I would think I would be like, I don't really want to take this interview and like dredge up the most traumatic moment that like I've ever gone through in my entire life, and then be like, ah. That's his coping mechanism. That's his comfort bit. Anyway. Bandle's free today? Oh, is it reminiscing? Friday night, it was late. I was walking you home. We came up to the gate, and I was dreaming of the night. Would it turn out right? I want to tell you, girl, I want to build my world around you and tell you that it's true. You know what oh, it's millennial coded. Okay, so not Little River Band. That's more like Will Ferrell. It's such a tune. I can't, like, the dude is, it gives me the same feeling when I watch someone play Tekken. Like, how is he holding the cadence perfectly when he's got so many stutter steps in it? Like, normal people, when they sing a song, Camptown Races, sing that song, doo-da, doo-da. This motherfucker, he's syncopating it. He's, like, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. Even J.K. Simmons is like, are you rushing or are you dragging? Friday night, it was late, I was walking you home, and I was... This feels like Waterfalls by TLC. What a tune, though. What a tune. I prefer Creep, Niagara. I prefer Creep, but Waterfalls, the beat of Waterfalls is iconic. It's a vibe. It's atmospheric, for sure. The heck is this ad, man? I would love to hear the whole thing. I would like to hear KK Slider sing Waterfalls by TLC. Thank you, Werner. Very cool. It's so fucking funny that Werner Herzog as a director always makes shit that's like going to the core of the human condition. Here are some motherfuckers that choose to live in Antarctica to catch a glimpse of life in such a lifeless tundra. Gives us insight into the human spirit. And then Werner Herzog as an actor is like, we must stop Jack Reacher before he reaches our hideouts. Did you bring Baby Yoda to my Sith tavern? It's so fucking funny. It's so real though, man. Well, what have I done? I've zoomed in. That looks better though. That looks right. Like as an artist, he's like, it is a little tilted, but as an artist, he's like, interested in the core of the human spirit. And as an actor, he's like, that looks like fun. Let's do that. Why not? I don't think he's just paying the bills. Like, I think he's got choices and he's choosing Star Wars and Jack Reacher, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Yeah, he got shot in an interview once. He did. With like I think it was like a 22. Like it wasn't, I don't want to say it wasn't a real gun. Like I'm sure it hurt. But then the interviewer was like, do you want to stop? And he was like, it is merely a ballistic wound. Please continue asking your questions. It's so funny. He's a fucking gangster, man.
In Germany, I've somehow left the paved road. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares about my films. For example, what was that?
What's let me see. So this literally just happened when we were standing outside
on
there.
Camera.
And there was a noise and it was a whiz and you just said, I've been shot. Look, you're bleeding.
I think here somewhere. Yeah.
Look, somebody shot at you and created a wound in your abdomen.
It's not significant.
He's going beast mode like all the time. We'll go dancing in the dark, walking through the park and reminiscing. And then they hit the fucking Allman Brothers flow. Anyway, you remember, a lot of you guys aren't familiar with the Little River Band. That's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there together. NL, why has lettuce remained like 3x the normal price? Well, I minus to you because I think you're exaggerating. I don't think it's 3x the normal price. Also, what is normal price? That being said, I do agree that it's more expensive than it was 4 years ago for sure. But, it's a common misconception when inflation comes down, that doesn't mean prices come down. It means the rate of change slows down. There is no going back, but... which sucks, but you're not getting $2.99 head of lettuce anymore. But like the rise over run has decreased. I want some deflation. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe it'd be me when shit gets cheaper. Yeah, me when I don't get a raise for 32 years and thus like my salary versus cost of living like slowly decays over time so that my standard of living has to decay in order to match it. No! That's just normal inflation. Excuse me, one of us got a 52 in macroeconomics by correspondence in my senior year of university, and one of us is posting in Twitch chat. 52? Yeah, I didn't do well in the course. I was not taking that shit seriously. I had other shit on the go. 52? Yeah, 52 out of 100. Is it a D minus? So you failed? No, I would have failed in America. But in America, I wouldn't have gotten a 52. They probably would have given me like a 78 if I had to guess. The standards are a little bit different, and two different axes in both countries, I think. You got to remember, up here, we don't consider pizza a vegetable, and corporations aren't people. So like as soon as you cross that parallel, things get a little different. You know, the flow of time is distorted in Lordran. Rich guy explains how cost of living crisis is in our heads. What are you talking about? I just said, someone asked me to explain why lettuce hasn't gone down in prices. I said, because you keep buying it at the price that it is right now. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy? You're the motherfucker buying the lettuce, bro. There's grass for free outside. We'll go dance. Sorry, I don't want to get DMCA'd by the Little River Band. They just strike me as a band, and I don't mean this in a negative way. They strike me as a band that might be litigious. Because I don't know what else they're doing. Although somebody did say, I saw them on tour last year, and they were still, like, they sounded great. You ever see the video of Frankie Valli? This one's for you, librarian. Frankie Valli, you know, I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. So he's like 94 years old, but he's still doing performances. And someone posted a video of him doing a performance. And listen, he's lip syncing. A lot of people are lip syncing when they're in their 20s and 30s. He's 90. I give him the pass, you know? But he looks so much like a ventriloquist doll when he sings. Like the voice is Frankie Valli as like, you know, from middle age. But the face is just him going like. I went to see Daryl Hall of Hall & Oates in Vancouver. The poor guy had to walk off the stage after 3 songs. I did see that. I saw that he sang the song and said, sorry guys, I don't think this is going to work out tonight, and then walked off the stage.
I might have to stop.
It's okay! Oh my God. No way! Take a break! I love you just the way you are!
What were the 3 songs, though? Can he sing the catalog? Because I know they're having a dispute. Bridge Over Troubled Water? That's not even an original. You're going to sing... You're going to sing a blank and blank song as Hall, and it's not an Hall & Oates song? Load me in. Sorry. People wanted to hear it. Okay. I was in Saratoga at the Frankie Valli concert. It was only an hour long. It was kind of sad. Well, listen, I do think it's kind of sad, but I do also think it's sad because people get older and there's like nothing you could do about it. Like you can slow it down, but at the end of the day, even those guys who are like LARPing as Patrick Bateman and like mouth taping, getting up, using like the perfect burr on their coffee grinder to get the coffee exactly perfect, and then, you know, perineum sunning, waiting 90 minutes for the caffeine, going into the sauna, then a cold plunge, etc. Like, you're still gonna die. Doesn't mean you have to stop, but you should know that. That being said, you got it, librarian. You got the reference. Also love that somebody said this looks like Patrick Bateman's life, and then the guy said less Huey Lewis and more Bible. Anyway, give me Patrick Bateman instead in that case. At least Patrick Bateman wasn't posting about it. He was just like, you know, crazy, but regardless. But I also think there's something self-actualization pilled about Frankie Valli being 90 years old, and as long as he's not forced to perform in concert against his will, like, he's in his 90s, man. What else is he gonna do? The fact that he can even get out on stage and like be his own avatar is kind of impressive. Is this game XCOM for people who had friends in school? I would say, if anything, it's kind of like XCOM for people whose Tinder bio says aspiring Hufflepuff. And I'm not saying that necessarily as a pejorative. Into the Breach for people who have keep calm and carry on posters in their dorm room. I didn't say I mean it as a pejorative. I think it's a great game. There's a little... It's got millennial DNA, but you know what? So do I. On a basic, like, biological level. It doesn't have to be a pejorative. Maybe that's a better way to describe it. It probably came across as a pejorative, but it didn't have to be a pejorative. Hey, NL, I got my eyes dilated. Can't see shit. Thanks for the entertainment. I know how it is, man. I know how it is. It was last time I went to the optometrist was the first time I ever got the drops. I was like, how bad could it be? It is really bad. And then like they told me that it would probably dilate my eyes for like 20 minutes. Catch me an hour later, like driving direct west to pick my kid up from daycare. And like the sun is just like a disc of pure light, like searing into my optic nerve, and like all the rays are like deflecting off of the glass buildings on the drive and stuff. Why were you driving? They said it would wear off in 20. I was like, can I drive? They're like, yeah, just give it like 20 minutes to a half hour. It was like an hour later that I was driving and the God rays were hitting me like having RTX on with a busted video card. Like I think she gave me like a double dose or something. They let you drive? Well, honestly, this is America. They can't stop me. I don't think I want the drops ever again, to be honest with you. It does look like they're at Heidi Lau. I traded for Midnight Suns this morning. Am I in for a good ride? It's literally... It's the best tactics game of the last decade. Let me rephrase, because that's not true. I was going to add a caveat that was like, is not called XCOM. It is, in my opinion, it's the fourth best tactics game since 2010. It goes probably XCOM 2, XCOM Enemy Unknown plus Within, Into the Breach, Marvel's Midnight Suns. And that's like that's 3 10 out of 10s at the top. Mario Rabbids? No, man, no. I do like Into the Breach more because I prefer like the roguelite structure of the game. Is Midnight Suns that good? I think it's really good. I feel like most of the criticisms people have are people who have not played it. And they are, I mean, if you'll forgive me, they're signaling that their taste is good by calling it cape shit, which is true. But like all tactics games can be made fun of in that way. Oh, XCOM Enemy Within? Oh, tell me you fucking love Gundam anime without telling me you love Gundam anime. Oh, Into the Breach? Tell me you love Gundam anime without telling me you love Gundam anime. Mario and Rabbids? Tell me you're 8 without telling me you're 8. Like you can, wait, where the fuck is my Dolly AI image generator, man? His ass would love Rabbids? I played like the first 3 acts of the first game. It's good, don't get me wrong. But I think there's, in my personal opinion, is that somebody gets... People as individuals overemphasize underratedness and overratedness. Is Mario and Rabbids better than we expected it to be? Yes. Is it even close to the XCOMs? No, man. No, come on. It's good. It's decent, at least. I feel like people always use overrated as like a shorthand for bad and underrated as like a shorthand for good. It's not always the case. Like Undertale's probably a little overrated. It's also like, it's a 9 or a 10, man. Good morning, northernlion. I was watching Austin Powers this morning. That shit is not good. Millennials were really watching a serial sexual assaulter and wanting more. When does Austin Powers commit sexual assault in the first movie? Sexual harassment? Definitely, 100%. Sexual assault? I don't think he commits sexual assault in the movie. He does say no. He tells a drunk woman that she can't consent because she's consumed too much alcohol. Gen Z is trying to cancel Austin Powers. Trying to cancel who? Austin Powers? How does she looks kind of like... Yes! Gen Z boss and a Mini Cooper. How about no, Scott? It's good bait, though. It's pretty good bait. I feel like Jen is just doing a lot of damage for me, which I appreciate. But I gotta figure out, like... I gotta figure out what I'm doing with her. Now you, Skull doing +1 damage actually makes like Skull worthwhile, I think. That's your wife's head, Kimosabi. If they remade The Matrix with Seth Rogen, James Franco, and Danny McBride, let me think about that. So I'm thinking you definitely have Aubrey Plaza or something as Trinity. And then Neo. I gotta feel like Neo's gotta be Seth Rogen. And then Morpheus has gotta be like Danny McBride. And then James Franco has to be Agent Smith. You know, the Matrix has poisoned my mind so much that anytime I see somebody on like the Peloton scenic rides that's on a recumbent bicycle, I'm like, man, they really think they're Tank from the Nebuchadnezzar. They look like they're flying a fucking ship through the sewers of Zion right now. So they're always on the bike, like sitting down, reclined, and then they got like the 2 big handles they're cranking, and then they got the helmet on with like 17 mirrors that are coming down like this, and all the flags and stuff. I always think like, damn, this dude's like, he really thinks he's in charge of the Nebuchadnezzar. Is it just me or what? Jonah Hill is Cypher. I could see it. Actually, Michael Cera would be a great Cypher too. I could see him eating this steak. Martin Lawrence as the Oracle. In or out of the Big Mama's House makeups? Oh, Michael Cera as Mouse is so much better. Yes, man. Who would be the Swedish twins? That's got to be Will Ferrell. I get that he's aged out of the role, but I think Will Ferrell would crush it as those Swedish twins. And of course, Werner Herzog as the Merovingian. Yeah, I think we're gonna beat Tactical Breach Wizards on stream. This is, you know, there's one for you, one for me, as they say in Hollywood. That's like for every sausage party, Seth Rogen has to do like a movie where he's debasing himself by being a romantic partner to Charlize Theron. Now today is 2 for me because we're playing Tactical Breach Wizards, which I want to play, and then we're gonna play Wingspan, which I also want to play.
So can I just tell you real quick? Played the tutorial.
Yeah.
Halfway through, it told me to press a button to continue, and it would not work. And me and my chat gave up. That said, I think I got the gist of it by then.
No,
Okay.
The tutorial sucks, Justin. You miss so much.
Oh.
I will try to set up
I kind of hated the tutorial,
game.
but I'll try my best.
I think it's like the tutorial, it works against gamer impulses.
It does.
Because you want to be like, I get it, click, click, click. And it's like, are you sure you understand the mechanic of, you know, the round bonus?
I hit the point where it was very clearly frozen. Like there was nothing left for me to do and the continue button wouldn't work. So I was like, all right, let me hit escape and go back to main menu and just resume. But it just
The
started
tutorial
over from the
makes
start.
me want to unalive myself.
What is
That's
this
how
guy's
bad it is.
problem?
See, and I
It's
thought
a terrible tutorial. It sucks.
I thought it was I was like, damn, they're really explaining.
No.
Is anybody else playing on controller? Because this fucking game.
Are you insane?
Dude, no, my controller was off, and last night I'm playing the tutorial. Everything's controller prompts, and I'm like, what is going on? I go into settings. There's no option.
I mean, I'm sure you could use a controller.
Dude,
As soon as I unplugged my controller,
there
it
it
changed
is.
to keyboard prompts.
it's there. I found it. Okay,
What you found?
to change it to keyboard.
Oh yeah, look at that. Me too.
Oh, that's gonna make it so much easier. I was like, how do I push right stick on my keyboard?
I'm excited for this. Yeah, I was gonna I know this is like stupid to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Is that I'm like, I play Magic. I get this.
Chat, I apologize in advance. I will not enjoy this.
What is your problem, man?
The tutorial sucks so bad. I know less about the game than I did when I knew nothing.
I'm very excited for this.
I thought you were joking. I thought you were like, I thought you were vibing.
I can't even name myself after my
Chat, who am
favorite
I?
bird.
I thought the tutorial was fine, but I didn't get like sequence broked or anything. Sequence broked.
matchmaking, asynchronous, 72 hours per
Corey,
turn.
do me a favor. Don't click on anything for the next 45 seconds, okay?
I didn't click on
Because I see
anything, was
you
reading.
mousing over stuff, and I don't want it to get like desynced before we launch the game, okay?
How can you see me mousing over anything?
Because you're saying what you're reading out loud, man.
That's not
You moused over with your eyes.
Well, then how did you get the context hint when
It's
you?
at the bottom of the screen. It
Okay.
says asynchronous.
I'm just saying. I see like with nothing happened for 3 seconds, and you're looking for the exit already. Everybody needs to stay on task for just a moment here, okay?
Screen. I'm just looking at the screen.
All I need to
I'm
is
in the game.
okay. Then I'm gonna click this green arrow.
Yup.
Why is Dad so mad?
I'll take that.
If y'all had to eat a rat or a worm, where are you going?
I'm
Is it
taking
cooked or raw?
Rat.
You gotta take a big bite of the rat, or you gotta eat the whole worm.
100%
first?
worm.
Can it be
man.
prepared in a way?
Yeah, you can prepare it.
Oh, if it's
I mean
cooked
that
rat,
rat.
maybe I'd eat a rat.
I mean that rat.
I'd try a cooked rat, probably.
What if it's cooked rat versus cooked worm?
Cooked rat.
Does
Still.
cooked worm make a big difference, though? I feel like worm, you might just want to swallow it and get it over with.
Yeah, well, if I was trying to just get it over with, I'm eating the worm. But if I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
actually eat a nice meal, I'm cooking that rat.
I mean,
I'm
that
cooking it
definitely
well.
wasn't the question.
Yeah, that's true.
Make a nicer dinner for me tonight.
Well, it's what I'd rather do. I'd rather have a nice, well-prepared
Okay, yeah,
rat.
fair. That is how I phrased it, I guess. What about raw wheat or a raw fish?
Raw fish.
Raw fish.
Any
It's
day
just-
of the
Wait.
week.
Yeah, sushi.
Oh, true. Yeah, okay, that's fair. I was more thinking just like something you caught out of the water right then.
Yeah. God, biting through the scales would be terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
Fish hurt, man. They hurt you.
He is not Smeagol posting.
Dude, I caught a catfish and I grabbed that thing and it fucked me up.
Oh, catfish
I bet,
got
yeah.
barbs. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
spines.
Isn't that the one where you got to stick your hand in like a hole in the mud or something?
You're mudding, yeah.
I think you can go mudding.
Those are those big ones.
You fish feasting on a Friday, fella?
I could, if I believed.
I got fists.
What?
He said he got fists.
He's got
That's
fists.
what I heard.
He said he got fisted.
No.
He definitely declared loudly that he was fisted.
Yeah, that's what
I don't think he could take it. I think he's too much of a bitch, honestly. I don't think he could take it.
Damn.
Honestly, you're right.
I mean,
I knew
I've
it.
always felt that way about you, Corey, to be honest. You're too much of a bitch to be fisted. I keep telling these guys, but I haven't had the balls to say it.
Yeah,
to
it
your
was
face.
weird though. Like, yeah, my first day in the Discord, Bear DM'd me and was like, by the way.
You can
My
just
old
tell.
side DM.
Listen, get over here right now. Fist me, okay? I will take it like a man.
It's so vile to say that while you're also obviously eating.
Yeah, now who's a bitch?
Yeah. He's got us.
Oh man.
So for anybody that, like, I'm not going to explain all the rules, but essentially the goal of the game is to have the most points at the end. You get points for a number of things. Like if you look at Bear right now, his bird just gives him 1 point for existing. The one that he has in his forest right now. You also get points at the end of the game if you have eggs that are laid on birds, and you get points for every card that's been tucked behind a bird, and you get points based on these bonus objectives in the right, and you get points based on whatever your bonus card is. Like, for example, mine is this. But I'm not going to tell
I forgot
everybody
about
else.
the bonus goals.
All I will say is I played through an hour or so of tutorial.
Oh wow.
And
An hour.
And yeah, because it took me to like Europe and Oceania.
Oh no, you're supposed to say no to that.
Well, yeah.
That's like
And then
expansion shit.
I lost the game
What'd you do?
in the tutorials.
He lost the
What was
game.
that?
I can't.
Or rather, what'd you do, Bear? What was your turn?
Oh, I gathered a rat from the bird feeder, and then my painted white start was activated, so I got a worm.
Why do I keep getting notifications sent to my phone that it's my turn?
Notifications sent to your phone that it's your turn?
Steam is sending me notifications.
That is
What
crazy.
the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
I thought I got an achievement, but no, it says it's your turn.
Oh, that's for the asynchronous.
Yeah,
gameplay.
that's for like when you're a
oh, yeah,
retiree, you can start.
Yeah, when it's 72-hour turns.
Dude, that's so on point because my mom and dad just downloaded Ticket to Ride on their phones, and now all they do is do asynchronous Ticket to Ride multiplayer games with each other. It's adorable.
I kind of love that.
I got a puffin.
I bought this on my phone. I've been playing against the AI, and the AI has been beating my fucking ass every single game.
Is it the same?
Exactly the same.
Same game? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this would
I do
work
wanna
on
play
like
more
an
of this.
iPad or something.
Yeah, absolutely. On the
I
phone,
wanna,
it
like-
is a little hard to read.
Oh my
sometimes,
God.
But
Did you know that hummingbirds feed on nectar, but they also eat many small insects?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Can I tell you? I hadn't seen a praying mantis in forever, and then I had one in my garden 2 years ago, and I was like, "Whoa, praying mantis! That's so sick!" And then someone in my chat was like, "You know, hummingbirds can eat them," and I was like, "That's fucked.
That's insane.
That's crazy."
That's pretty
And
crazy.
And then I was like, well, I haven't seen a hummingbird in like a decade. Then I'm doing the dishes, fucking hummingbird outside my window, and I'm like, I gotta warn him. I gotta get him out of there.
It's a freaky ass bug, man.
Yeah, they look dope.
I'm
They
team
are, man.
hummingbird on that one, to be
I
honest
had
with you.
the praying man. It was actually living on a weed plant, which it's legal to grow here before anyone clutches their pearls. but I was like, it's my fucking guard bug. He's just living on my weed plant, getting rid of bugs.
So
dude.
true.
Yeah.
So true. Or he was getting fucking high, bro.
Yeah,
he was fucking.
dude, a praying mantis smoking like a little joint. It's a great mental picture. Do they even have like hands?
can
Can they grab
It's the other
stuff?
way
with them?
around.
Praying mantises eat hummingbirds?
They eat hummingbirds. Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, because like hummingbirds don't really have much of a mouth.
Yeah.
Do you ever-
Mantis and a hummingbird just smoking each other out.
Hell yeah,
Yes, dude.
I wish they would just chill.
Yeah, man.
Nature, calm down. So, if you play this in person, do you need like a 19-foot table and like?
No, it's
you have,
actually
like-
pretty well contained.
Really?
Yeah, I think if you
Yeah.
hit tab, like that's basically what you have, right?
Okay.
Is like a mat where you play your birds, and then like
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense. I see. But do you
They
have like?
actually have like they have an adorable little bird feeder too. It's like a little what am I trying to
Like a
think of the
dice tower.
material
It's
for
like
it?
a dice
pop
tower.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
thing you construct.
I don't think it's like. At first, don't get me wrong, because I hate when people say this about board games when they say it's not that complicated. But
This is
like
complicated.
the first 2 or 3 games were a little complicated, but I feel like I'm getting it.
Yeah.
And the caveat is that when you play against the AI, you can play a game in like 20 to 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
like you
I feel like-
it's not like one of those. Once you play it once, it's actually like easy to understand, and then the once is 6 hours.
It's like every time you play a new board game, it's like learning a language.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to like
love a
sort
board
of.
game.
It's always like first few times is really tough, especially if you play it once a year at PAX, and then you're like,
Yes,
I don't remember
exactly.
this shit at all.
I need to eventually play. I scooped up. I was playing Friday Night Magic, and I noticed in the back of the store they had the Slay the Spire board game, so I bought it.
Yeah, nice.
And I know it's still fun to take for a spin solo, but I really want to try the co-op and versus stuff with it. So that seems interesting. I can't imagine a like multiplayer Spire. It seems fun.
Yeah.
How much was it out of curiosity?
Shit.
Because I've heard it's pretty pricey.
It was $114.99.
It is an expensive board game, yeah.
Holy
That's up there,
shit!
goddamn.
Yeah, I haven't
I
opened
would
it
imagine it
yet.
would just be cards.
It looks very cool. I want to say I've watched Jorbs play it. I think Jorbs was streaming it here and there.
They took our Jorbs. Oh, you have minis for every character.
Oh, is that the card I chose? Okay.
That's usually what runs the price up. I know the Darkest Dungeon board game was kind of expensive for that reason.
Do people value that very much?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like not something that like I care about. I guess when I buy a board game, is like.
I mean,
little
I like
pieces.
it kind of appeals to like the Warhammer crowd, you know?
I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Justin has played Vox's Swift. When activated,
that guy.
tuck a card from your hand behind this bird. If you do, gain 1 bug from the supply.
They gave me trivia about another motherfucker.
That bird doesn't have legs.
Yeah, they
So
didn't tell you shit about the bird,
They
man.
didn't tell me anything. I play the bird and it goes, William Sanson Vo is a wealthy mineralogist and naturalist. Thanks. I don't give a shit about William. Fucking tell me about his bird.
So one of the
tell me
things,
about
I'm
one
just
of the
trying to breadcrumb trail you a little bit here so you don't lose your fervor for Wingspan.
Uh-huh.
One of the bonus cards is like birds that are named after people. So you might be
That's
like,
fun.
that's not that great of a bird, but if I get 3 birds that are called like motherfuckers blank, then I'm chilling.
Wilson
I like
sniping
that.
your wetlands.
It looks like they're talking to each other. You see, they're going like, wah, wah,
Oh,
wah,
that's the wrong one.
wah, 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 wah. So anyway, I was at the fucking.
Oh, I need
Tim
one
Allen
more.
telling a story about how Wilson fucked him.
Yes.
I see.
They had something going on the side.
There was a glory hole in the fence for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
For sure, man.
Had to be. Damn, you think, was Wilson the first popular guy to wear? Well, is the fishing hat a bucket hat?
Bucket
Sorry, I
hat,
just posed a lot of questions.
Tilly hat. I don't know.
Fishing hat's kind of a bucket hat.
I think
I keep
it's
clicking-
a subset.
I keep clicking-
What kind of hat did Wilson wear?
All right, Corey.
I was saying, I
to
keep clicking in the bird feeder to take the dice instead of on the dice in the white box.
He's reality pilled.
A Reddit post from 9 years ago claimed that Wilson wore a fedora.
Not
What?
true. Not true.
Is a
It's not
Tilly
a
hat
fedora.
a bucket hat?
He's got the fishing hat on. He's got like the army guy hat
If there's
on.
a hook in the hat, it's a fishing hat. Otherwise,
So
I think it's
I-
a Gucci bucket.
Tilly USA sells bucket hats.
Hey, who needs food real fast?
I do.
I do.
I need some.
Yeah,
I have
do
zero.
fish, we all do.
I have 0.
Too late.
That shit's a currency. I want it.
You could use 2 of it doesn't have
Of
to be a
anything.
pair. Yeah.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yes, play
Eggs
2
are crazy.
convert on that
No.
thing. Yes.
Chivli,
Yep.
Did Chivli come in and
Yep.
just say Tua? Is that it?
Yes, man. I love Chivli in Texas doing fuck all from like 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. and just I can just picture him like on the couch, like on his phone right now, just loving life, man.
Hell yeah.
Apollo, why is the room shaking, Apollo? Are you running in game?
Chibli, is it true? Someone told me that you only start seeing Apollo at like 10 p.m. at night, even though you're both in the same house.
That is crazy.
That's so funny.
So are you in Texas just to be in Texas?
Enjoy your
It
worms,
seems
everyone.
like his MO.
Thank you for the worm.
Just wanted to change time zone for a little while.
Oh, you can also see how we're doing on the bonus objectives by clicking on the bonus objectives. So for right now, like round 1, it's like Mario Party style. You get more points based on the order of your finishing. Mouth has 2 eggs in bowl nests. We all have 1, except Bear has 0. But
And
for
just-
round 2, Bear Taffy's already got a total of 4 birds. The rest of us are looking very decroded right now.
That's true. I just put my 3rd bird out. I feel nice about my 3rd bird.
Bird 3?
It's Clark's Nutcracker.
Is that a word?
What?
Decroded?
Decroded?
I think it's a word in a Shakespearean sense.
I think that's from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes, it was originated by Napoleon Dynamite, in my
Okay,
opinion.
okay.
I would have to say exquisitively that is correct.
I'll allow it. It's tit for tat.
I like that a lot.
The fuck did he just say?
I don't
Said a
subscribe to the
Shakespearean
idea
word.
that words that are not in the dictionary are not real words. I think if someone says a word and we can all agree on its meaning, then it's a real word.
Yeah, I'm with you there then.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows what
there's-
decroded means.
Yeah.
You're picturing the same thing that I'm picturing in my head, right? Like, you know, when you get the last Nature Valley granola bar out of the box and it's just crumbs.
Honestly, I was picturing like, you know, the guy like his face melting at the end of Indiana Jones. His ass is
No.
corroding rapidly.
So maybe maybe they're right. Maybe it's not a real word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chat, we can do
click
this.
Look at my hawk.
I'm looking at your hawk, brother.
Ferruginous hawk, man.
Yeah, that thing is ferruginous as hell.
Ferruginous.
So that that card is sick because now, whenever you lay eggs, you roll the dice that aren't in the bird feeder. So if more people have taken food, you're more likely to roll a rat, and if you roll a rat, you get 1 point.
Yeah, I like that. It's a fun card. A big thing I've been learning while playing Magic again is that like cards that just do interactions, even if they're not necessarily good, are just more fun.
It's fun to
you got a card that does a thing.
Scry and then put a token on something, and then
I love to do that.
Take the token off and take 1 damage to find a land. He's
got the blue hair on.
I made a budget deck because all my buddies are. I think it was DBJ posed like, hey, everyone make a deck under $30. That'd be fun.
That's funny. I like that.
But the interactions in mine are I could have people's health and then make them lose health equal to the health they lost. That just kills them. Makes me feel like a prick though.
There's several like infinite loops with that kind of thing too, where you can be like, when I gain 1 life, you lose 1 life, and then this thing makes me gain 1 life.
There's a lot of that
after you lose 1 life and that kind of thing.
I see you've activated my trap card.
1 second. I think I got to get this motherfucker off the ground.
Well, they're birds, like right?
Well, that's a very good point. That's a very good point.
While you've given me the opportunity to go on a Magic tangent, Justin, I want to get your opinion on this. Is there a kind of player that you think isn't okay? Well, how am I trying to phrase this? Because I'm gonna make some people mad just by saying this anyway. I think there's some decks and like some colors that don't want to play Magic; they just want to win. Like they're not interested in the game; they're interested in the feeling of victory.
No, definitely.
I don't like those players.
No, that is very fair.
I don't like.
I would say like well, I've been like playing with making decks again and stuff. Yeah, any color can really do it. Like,
Yeah, that's true, I guess, huh?
So I had to interrupt just briefly. I'm making you all gain food from the bird feeder, starting with Corey.
Hey,
That's very
Another
sweet.
player
That's very
takes
kind of
away
you.
eggs.
You know, when I got back into it and was starting to build decks, I was like, ooh, let me build this really strong deck. And then I realized, like, oh, it doesn't really do a lot other than win.
Yeah,
That's not very
like,
fun. Yeah.
That's against the spirit of the game, I feel like. You know, like you want to do like
at least in Command.
Not everything has to be fun combos, but that is like a lot of where the.
I just want to interrupt one more time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Corey, inside of the bird feeder right now, there's 3 bugs and then another dice that is a bug or a wheat.
Mm-hmm. I see this. Yes.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? That's a lot of bugs.
Sorry, I would like to not choose this dice. Can I change my mind?
You picked the wrong dice?
Well, I was like, oh, maybe I want wheat, but then I went through and looked through my birds again. I think I'd rather have a bug, which makes no sense to take the half one away from somebody else. But I think I might just have to.
I think you can click on the dice you chose and then pick the other one instead. But not in the bird feeder. In the UI.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Done.
This all tracks G-Turtle. G-Turtle said, Spikes just want to win, Johnny's want to do their cool combo, and Timmy's want to play big nasty creatures.
Yeah.
That sounds right. I think that tracks.
Yeah.
And Nathaniel's spend 6 hours in the shop waiting for a 9-year-old kid to come in with their trade binder and then
try to rip them off.
Get their fetch lands for like a dragon that looks cool but is worth 22 cents.
Oh, that's a beta card? Those are bad. You don't want ones that were out before.
It's old.
Look at this. It costs 0 and it's a one-time 3 mana gain. You don't need that.
You want the full release. You don't want these alpha betas. These are all you don't want these.
Garbage.
Justin.
Give me that.
What are you going to do with a jewel? I mean, come on.
Chat, my next turn, right here.
Whoa. He fucking shot himself in the head with a cork gun.
I am dead now in my chair.
Rip.
What do you think the odds are one of us dies on stream? Not like
pretty high.
In the next. Well, I guess like if we streamed until we were like in our 80s, then the odds are like whatever percentage of the day you're live, right?
Like we're all planning to, right? Right? Just me? Uh-oh.
I don't mean this to be rude at all. I think it's crazy that not more streamers have died.
Yeah.
Like specifically while they've been live.
I thought you were gonna say give me some names specifically, but I.
Like, who do you think should be dead by now?
I don't. It's like you know, there's a lot of people that do this job. It's a sedentary job.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that like it hasn't happened that much.
I mean,
Pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised.
There are like, you know, there's been people that we've known that have died. I think as a direct result of this job, but that's not a fun topic. Really, there's not a lot of entertaining ways to take that.
I'm gonna lay. You know what? I'm gonna lay an egg. I'm gonna lay an egg on this guy again.
It's the yellow snake flag, but the snake is a bird, and it says "Don't lay eggs on me."
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's me with my mouth open saying, "Please do."
Oh God.
That's not weird. You motherfuckers love eating eggs.
He's waiting for.
What are you going? What are you about to say? What are you about to say?
I'm saying you're waiting for Steve-O to jump on the plane.
You got to eat a raw egg or a worm.
Raw egg.
Raw egg for sure.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, not even close.
How big's the worm?
Normal size worm.
I would rather eat a normal sized worm than a small one.
I could suck that down.
You'd rather eat a big worm than a small worm?
I'd rather eat a normal sized worm than a small one because I don't know. The small ones kind of freak me out a little bit more. A normal one, I'm like, it's just a worm. A little one, I'm like, I don't know what that shit is. That could be like a larva.
Eat that fucking fish.
Yeah.
Do you not eat slugs? Are you not supposed to eat slugs?
They can give you like a brain disease that kills you.
Oh, really?
So it was funny. I didn't know that, but my cats found slugs. Like it was pouring, and a couple slugs came in through my chimney.
Okay.
And they were playing with them, and I was like, "Whoa, don't eat those. Those are
That's
probably not good
gross
for you." Are you saying it could have killed my cats?
Possibly.
That's fucked up.
Because like there's a famous like it's an internet like forward, forward, etc., etc. This kid in Australia like was drunk at a party, and his friends were like, "Eat this snail or slug," and he was like, "Sure." Then he ate it, and he got like insanely sick and paralyzed, and then died like 2 years later.
Oh no. They were. I'm sure they were still like sick, dude.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes, they were like, "He did it.
He's crazy."
And then probably like for the rest of their life, they're like, you know,
Why have your eyes turned into spirals?
God.
Aren't slugs those the creatures that can get infected by like that parasite that makes their eyeballs pulse all weird too?
That might be the one, man.
You talking about the one that like mind controls it? Like
Yeah.
makes it do its bidding?
Yeah.
Not that I can tell.
Come down.
You know who's
here.
talking a lot of birds? Magicians.
Yep.
So true, dude.
No one's talking about it.
I know.
Corey's
One
game
of the two
state.
things I have always said is that Corey isn't man enough to be fisted, and magicians be talking a bunch of birds.
Yeah.
Yeah. These two things are always true.
Why am I so? I don't want to be associated with magicians.
You're very
Take
not.
umbrage with that.
You're not magician coded, and I mean that as a compliment.
Do you think I'm magician coded?
Not at all.
Draw.
Wow.
Slightly clown,
magicians.
and I mean that in a non-pejorative sense.
I mean, he's not wrong, right?
In a non-complimentary
Did you know
way.
that as a child? I'm sure at some point I told you that my grandma was a clown.
That's part of the
why.
reason. It's like an
so
inherited trait.
I do have clown in my blood, but part of that was doing magic. I also did magic tricks.
Bro,
I can see you as a
doing
kid
magic.
doing
I don't know
magic.
why.
Yeah, I was like a
magic is
10-year-old
so-
doing magic tricks.
Why is it so frowned on all the time? It's cool.
I think
cool to
because
do magic.
it's often like cheap and creepy. Like,
Damn.
no, like not all magicians are creepy, but a lot of magicians are creepy.
There is an element.
Not all magicians
of,
are creepy, but all creeps are magicians.
Like every guy who brings out the magic tricks at the bar.
Yeah.
You can do magic, but keep it to yourself.
Like I want to see
No.
like I don't want to see like is this your card? Wow, how did you do that? Like I want to see the Penn and Teller shit where they like catch a bullet in their teeth and you know.
So if you're gonna be a magician, be a professional one. Otherwise, what are you even doing?
Yeah, but not one of like the Chris Angel types. in my opinion, at least.
Oh, well, okay. How do you feel about David Blaine then?
I kind of support him because I think he's a fucking freak.
I fuck with David Blaine, dude.
I think he's a true, what's the word I'm looking for here? True believer.
Yeah.
He's pushing himself to the limits. I think Chris Angel is just like Bret Michaels if he took a different path.
Yeah,
That's
true.
That is accurate and funny.
David Blaine is the guy who he doesn't even do magic. He's just like, no, I trained my hand to accept an ice pick through it.
That's sick, dude.
Magic, it's just fucked.
Yeah, it's just extreme jackass.
I like that.
Jackass taken to the next level.
David Blaine in like 1998 was like, I put your card inside of your wallet. Whoa.
Yeah.
And then David Blaine in 2001 is like, I spent 90 days in a plastic box above London. That's
Carrying deadpan the entire time.
And he's like, I saw these videos of these guys in Africa spitting water, and then he just spends the next 6 months of his life dedicated to learning how to become a human fire hydrant.
Didn't he? So he held his breath
vomit in water
for like 23
fire
minutes or
hydrants.
something, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
He held his breath for 23 minutes.
Damn.
I think he died, or he's cheating, or he died, one of the two.
That can't be real, right?
There's just cheating. He probably lived in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber for 8 months so that his body absorbed enough oxygen to.
He's got
bullshit.
gills or something. He's got fucking.
Yeah. He's
That's the one thing I've always said.
Show me the gills.
Yeah. Three things that Bear's always been saying. Let's go down the list.
Yeah. Day when I got here, Corey's fucked up.
Yep.
And,
Wait. Now I'm
That's
fucked
just
up.
getting more broad.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
I'm too much of a bitch to take a fist.
Oh, that's right. That's kind of fucked
That's
up.
the problem. Is he's not fucked. He's refusing to allow himself to be fucked.
That's fair.
Fuck you.
I'll just go fuck. Oh, don't. I'll fuck myself.
Yeah. Do you want a fist?
I'm also a bitch. I don't think I could take a whole fist.
Nah, same.
Oh, I definitely couldn't. I think you need years of.
You know who could? You know who could?
David Blaine.
David Blaine.
Yeah.
David Blaine for sure. Yeah.
He could probably put his own head up his own ass.
I bet he'd take it like a champ.
Bro, I feel like maybe he could. I don't know. Where's the limit for this dude? If he really wanted to, maybe he could shove his head up his own ass.
Is there? I feel like there's a hole in the market for the real weirdo magician who's doing things like
that.
Yeah, like that.
Like an ever-expanding cock or something like
just
that.
Yeah.
Like he unzips and his cock goes down the stairs of the stage and up the aisles and shit like that.
No, I told you about the nightmare I had.
Fucking balloon, dude.
No, I don't think you've told me about this nightmare.
Dude, I had a nightmare. It stuck with me. This was I was a teenager when I had this nightmare. I still remember it. Where I was at a gas pump and I had to piss, but there was nowhere to piss, and I went, ooh, let me just angle the door and I'm gonna piss here and no one will know. But as I went to go pull my dick out of my pants, it just kept going and it was in this dick. And I started panicking, and then the dick hit the floor, and there's people gawking and looking and being like, why he's got all this dick? And it's like making a coil, like an emoji poop.
Oh,
excuse me. You called this a nightmare?
It was a nightmare. But that's the thing. I think it was my body being like, "Hey, buddy, you wish that thing was bigger? What if this happened?"
Yeah.
I'll take my little thing, I guess. Yeah. It was my brain coping.
What am I gonna do with all this dick?
It was too much dick.
Dude, you could make a living off of that dick.
Well, he's saying that's. I think the freak magician he's describing is himself in his dreams.
Yeah. Exactly. That's one of the tricks the magician could do. Is pulling out infinite dick.
When you guys were a teenager, you ever get paid by the cum fairy?
What?
You know, you shoot.
What did you just say to me?
You shoot your load into like a tissue or whatever, and then you put the tissue under your pillow, and then when you wake up in the morning and there's like a quarter there.
You wake up in the morning, your dog ate the tissue.
This is unquestionably the most unhinged conversation that's ever taken place over a game of.
And then you played a turkey vulture in the grassland, which means I get the tuck again.
No, you're letting him tuck.
I am a tuck enthusiast.
You sack of shit. You knew I didn't have any cards in hand, you motherfucker. Now I can't tuck.
I did. It was.
My tuck fizzled. My tuck fizzled.
It was a trick.
He's going tuckless.
It's gonna besmirch me. It's gonna pop up on my screen and say you don't have any cards, so you can't do it. Ready? Here it comes.
What are you gonna do now? You're not gonna be able to tuck?
No card
You little
available to
bitch.
tuck. Skip this bird's power. Fuck you,
little
man.
bitch. You little bitch.
Anyway, watch this shit.
Could you imagine being tuckless?
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't even tuck under his grackle.
I'm sorry. I keep thinking about the fucking cum fairy, and now I'm picturing that like I'm a teenager and my baby dick falls off, and your normal dick grows in. You know.
Oh, and you're putting the baby dick under the pillow?
Your dreams are like the people's dreams where they fall out, except it's your dick.
He's very dick focused.
I think that's my brain's version of the cum fairy.
All right, get
Does
ready.
your mom
y'all.
have a bag with all your little baby dicks in it?
I don't want to talk about that.
We were I forget what year it was. I went home for Thanksgiving and we were looking through stuff like that, you know, still in the house that's mine, and then like we pull out this little thing, this box of some sort, and there's just a bag of all my baby teeth.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this, Mom?
Moms are
She's
kind of
like,
crazy.
"Oh, she's like, it's cute. I'm like, this is fucking
it's bones.
weird.
I
Bones in a
understand
bag.
like the irony here. Let's try to just get past that. Not only does my mom have a lock of my hair from my first haircut when I was like 2, but then like when we got our daughter a haircut, she was like, you have to save some of her hair for me. And we got that shit done in South Korea, so we had to like talk to the hairstylist and be like, can you give me a bag to put this hair in? And then we took the hair back. And we still got it because my mom hasn't visited since then, so
You just got this hair you're gonna hang on to.
I can't wait to offload this hair, man. She's very
Male
sentimental.
hair.
Excuse me?
You can mail hair.
Male hair.
You can
Yeah,
send
you-
hair.
Oh,
in the
I was
mail.
like,
You can
yeah,
mail
of course
male
it's
hair.
male hair. It's my hair.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was doing too. I can't fit in.
I think I learned a valuable lesson about Wingspan.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of things. One is it takes a while, and it takes longer the more people you have. That's the big one.
Yeah.
I think the next time we will be able to finish a full game.
Yeah. And I think next time we should probably start at like 9 a.m. Pacific. Just to be sure.
I mean, if Ryan wasn't here tucking the whole time, I think we would have gotten done faster.
I think if my ass wasn't here, we'd still be on Corey's first turn.
Hey, I did the fucking tutorial.
You
I
did,
just
and
didn't
you did
understand.
more than the tutorial, which is crazy.
Maybe that kind of confused me.
Yeah, like you know all
There's
about
more-
nectar and shit. Like
There's
Is
more
it
mechanics.
bullshit?
The
Oh, it's
nectar was
bush
kind of
tit.
cool.
I thought it said
Yeah.
bullshit, but in fact it is bush tit.
Yeah, which is definitely less funny than bullshit.
It's honestly so much better.
all right, good wingspan, guys. Good wingspan.
Yeah, I like it.
It's
It's
good.
fun.
Wingspan. It's good.
I
It
wanna
just,
play it
we need
again.
to learn it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's good.
Thanks for joining me,
GG.
lads.
GG, y'all.
Later.
Fun game. See you.
Bye.
It's a good game, okay? It's a good game. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a good game. My bad. I honestly, I literally just didn't think about the fact that 5 people would make the game 5 times longer than when it's me against the AI. Because I had only played against the AI, and when you finish your turn, the AI instantly finishes their turn, which had me thinking that it was like semi-simultaneous turn-based. 5 people makes the game 7 to 8 times longer. It is crazy. Anyway, you don't gotta defend it. I gotta defend it, okay? Also, like when I play against the AI, I mean the whole game. You know me. I'm pretty zippy. I'm a zippy tippy. So like I can finish a game of Wingspan against the AI in like 20-25 minutes. Like you add in a little banter, you add in a couple bathroom breaks, you add in a little bit of confusion, and then all of a sudden it's like... So it's already a little stream poisoned. There's no shot I'm going to start a game in media res because people were confused enough. But like to just spawn in like halfway through the game, I think will be even more, but that's fine. Let me see if Kate is ready to stream. No, I don't want to... I was asking the Discord for like stream suggestions for board games. And like one of the things is I don't want to stream a web 1.0 site like Board Game Arena. Like I do think that if you're in love with the mechanics of the board game and playing with your friends, it can work. But I think for streaming, like that's like when people are like, oh, you like the Binding of Isaac Rebirth? You should play like the original Rogue, and then you boot it up and it's just like ASCII. It's actually better though. No, I'm sorry, it's not. You're watching, your friends are like, let's go see a movie this weekend, and you're like, you know, there's a new superhero movie in the theaters, and they're like, nah, dog. Down at the university, they're playing Wavelength, the 47-minute long Canadian award-winning short film that just zooms in on a door, zooms out, and then zooms in on a different door in one take. Like, I'm not saying there's not something to mine there, but like, you've already got to have bought into the system. You got to have drunk the Kool-Aid for that. Now, Dominion, I could be interested in, but that's another one that I have to learn. And I just put in the time on Wingspan, and I'm enjoying Wingspan. Root, though? Root is on the edge of understanding the mechanics, I think. It's like a little too... Because, like, I played Root. Wingspan is less complicated than Root. So I'm pessimistic about its streamability, unless everybody knows what's going on. Hanabi that's a great game. I don't know if there's a digital client though. Like I wanted like a standalone digital version. I'm willing to take myself down to standalone DLC for tabletop sim. Hanabi is on Board Game Arena. And then we just round and round we go. Ticket to Ride is good. Malflex Ticket to Ride too. Machikoro I like as well. I do want to play Exploding Kittens as well, but like it seems like Exploding Kittens 2 just came out on Steam, and reviews are bad because you have to buy the DLC for everybody in order to play with the DLC. Ew. It's on Board Game Arena. Purple Phil, you stay in your lane, okay? You stay in your anti-natalist lane. I'll stay in my what board games are good for streaming lane. Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, okay? We use Board Game Arena. It was fucking... Wait, no, maybe I'm thinking of Board Game Online. I've been using websites for like 30 years. Okay, Kate is live. I will send you over there. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I will see you tomorrow. Later.